Welcome back to Bruins Game Reactions. Boston Bruins win 6-3 over the New York Rangers in a game in which Swayman didn't play his best game of the season, and Igor Shesterkin very much did not play the best game of his season. Nothing much really happened in the first half of the first period. There was one whistle. I believe that was for an offsides. And then, yeah, after that, just over 9 minutes left in the first period. Sorry. That's a lie. Just under 12 minutes to go in the first period. Euro Vakanainen gets a cross-checking penalty against Justin Brazeau. Yeah, that is a penalty. I mean, it's plain as simple as that. Boston goes on to the 5-on-4. Clock winds down to 14. And then Ryan Lindgren gets another cross-checking penalty. This one on Matthew Poitras. Arguably could have been 5. Matthew Poitras was leaning forward towards the boards as he was being hit by Ryan Lindgren. I think that's kind of the only reason that wasn't 5. Again, it's one of those plays. Boston has seen it a lot. It happened to them and them doing it to other teams. You get within that 2-3 foot range of the boards, it's such a dangerous area. And, yeah, I mean, accidents are going to happen. That wasn't an accident, but there have been accidents before. Ryan Lindgren escapes with 2. Puts Boston on the 5-on-3, and the boys go right to work. Beautiful goal by Charlie McAvoy. I said last video I don't want him on the first power play unit. After this goal, I was thinking, can we have 2 defensemen on the power play? I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but get Lowry, get McAvoy, Pasternak. Honestly, run out your top line. Run out Pasternak, Geeky, Zacha, and then McAvoy and Mason Lowry. Sorry. Yeah. That was honestly a great start. At that point, just after the 5-on-3 ended, so unfortunately didn't get another minute 40 or so of power play time. Unfortunate. That happens though. Boston's up 1-0, and that's what matters. And then, I mean, you knew it was gonna happen. Boston facing off against the obvious New look New York Rangers. JT Miller scores 36 seconds after. Puck gets sent into the Boston zone. I believe it was Brandon Carlo. Tried to send it out. Bounced off of Mika Zibanejad's stick. Sorry, not Zibanejad. Panarin's stick right to JT Miller. Wide open ice. And blasts one home past Swayman. That's one you want him to have, but at the same time, the defense shouldn't let the breakout be a 2-on-1. I get Carlos part of the defense, but puck still in your zone. Wire 4 of the 5 guys in the neutral zone. Yeah, I mean, that's one that's obviously just not great, but that's going to happen. And then one of David Pasternak's 3 goals in this one comes now. Again, with just about 2 minutes to go. This team loves being scored on right after they've scored, or within the final or first 3 minutes of a period. Couldn't tell you what it is, but it's a trend that's been going on and is a little concerning. Obviously, continuing in this one, with the Rangers scoring 30 seconds after Boston goes up 1-0. The 2 non-empty net goals Pasternak had were both beautiful goals. This one coming, as I said, just 3 minutes to go in the period. David Pastrnak hands the puck off to Matthew Poitras in the neutral zone. Poitras takes a dump and chase, and Adam Fox just doesn't stay on Poitras that well. Has a clear chance to drill him into the boards and knock him down. Doesn't, just completely avoids it. Poitras sends it out to Pastrnak, who has somehow been allowed to get wide open, and he's not going to miss from there. That's as simple as that. Pastrnak blasts one home, puts Boston up 2-1, sorry. And yeah, that's how we're going to head into the second period. Overall, it wasn't that bad. New York came out strong on the first couple shifts. Obviously, JT Miller getting that goal. That wasn't the greatest. But once Boston settled into their game, they were kind of in the driver's seat. Even continuing out throughout the second and third period, just never really gave New York a shot after the first 5 minutes of the first period. And, I mean, where is this on the road? Because Boston has been really good at home, especially since the calendar's ticked over. We don't talk about that game against Winnipeg. And then on the road, they just seem to falter at every corner. And it's disappointing because you have a good home team and clearly not a good away team, but it's the same team. And, I mean, February isn't going to help much. I believe they have 12 games this month, 11 of which are at home. Funnily enough, the opposite of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, get the points that you can in the standings, but these aren't going to be easy games. And it doesn't get easier once you make it to the trade deadline in March, because then you have, I believe, Tampa twice, Florida and Ottawa are your first 4 games out of the trade deadline. Similar to a couple weeks ago when it was like that. But yeah, heading into the second period, up 2-1. Coming out of the first intermission, Brad Marchand has the puck. This is about 4 minutes in, just under. Has the puck, takes it for a walk down behind the Rangers net, sends it out to the point with Andrew Peeke, and blasts the puck on, and Coyle is able to tip it, changes direction on Igor Shesterkin, and puts Boston up 3-1. I mean, that's what we need more of. We need more tip-in goals where guys know what they're doing and where they're supposed to be. Again, I don't get why this can't happen more often. Because obviously you kind of luck in with the first David Pastrnak goal. This is just skill at its finest right here. Where is this? It's here on this team, but it's not being used nearly as often as it should. Moving on, though, again, late in the period, I believe this one was also on the power play. Pavel Zacha is able to get one, causing chaos out in front. It was Elias Lindholm, Pavel Zacha, and I want to say Brad Marchand were both, all 3 of them were right there out in front of the net. Just cause chaos out in front, puck gets lost, it squirts out to a Bruin, and you're able to bang it home there. I mean, the power play was kind of on fire after this. In this game. 2 power play goals on 3 attempts, if you want to call it that. That 5-on-3, or that power play goal they scored earlier, that was just off the 5-on-3, there were 3 Rangers players in the Rangers zone. It was a 5-on-3. But it was just long enough after the power play ended, so unfortunately gets called a 5-on-4. Moving on, though, Boston just kind of not quite took their foot off the gas, but they started to relax and calm down a bit, because I did honestly think that they were a little tense in the second period. Uh, I mean, to be fair, you're heading into this game, past 2 games, you've allowed 4 goals in the third period, with each one of your goalies in net. So it makes sense that you're going to be a bit tense, trying to get 1 or 2 goals, clearly 2, to try and put yourself up 5-1. And, well, they're able to get 1. And heading into the third period, they're up 4-1. Not much to complain about. Correction. One thing to complain about. Brad Marchand had a bit of a breakaway. Euro Vakanainen did catch up to him and didn't like hook him or trip him or anything, but pushed him enough off the puck that Brad Marchand wanted to call. Doesn't get one. And then after that, a couple minutes later, I believe the next shift, Brad Marchand interferes with Euro Vakanainen, and unfortunately, the refs are going to call that every day of the week. You can't check a guy who doesn't have the puck. Boston goes on to the penalty kill with a minute 20 left. Sorry, a minute 40 left. A minute 20 left in the second period. Coming out of the intermission, the Bruins are almost able to kill off the rest of the penalty. 5 seconds left. JT Miller, again, tip-in goal. You have a guy on each one of the 2 guys that were there. I don't know if that was Zibanejad or Kreider. Someone else was right there at the net. You have a guy on each one of them. You still allow a shot to get through, and JT Miller is able to tip it on the ice, just barely beating Jeremy Swayman. Not much you can do with that one, really. Obviously, you want that one back. And thankfully, David Pastrnak is able to get that one back relatively quickly. Less than 2 minutes later, I saw this on the broadcast, 94 miles an hour from David Pastrnak. Just a crazy shot from a crazy player who has clearly found his stride in 2025. I believe that puts him 27 on the season, 24 points in the year 2025. He's having an unreal second half of the season, and he might will this team to. He might just will this team to the playoffs. If he does that, I don't get how he's not the most valuable player. People are gonna say, "Oh, well, there's McDavid, Draisaitl, Kucherov, McKinnon, Makar, Quinn Hughes is probably going to be up there. Kirill Kaprizov would have been there had he have not been injured, and now seems to be out relatively long term. David Pastrnak might find his way to 85 points, and the next closest guy is going to be Brad Marchand, and it might not be close. No disrespect to Brad Marchand. I think he's a great player. It's not going to be close, though. The rate at which Pastrnak is scoring, not sustainable. He had 1.7 points per game in the month of January. Just off the top of my head, that puts you at around 140, I think, on the season. If you're able to sustain that, it's not. I mean, he's hot, though. He gets another 2 goals, 3 points. Sorry, 4 goals. 3 goals, 4 points in this one. Hell of a bomb on this one. 94 miles an hour. Blasts it right past Igor Shesterkin. Doesn't even have a shot. Makes it 5-2 Boston. And then Matthew Poitras gets dinged for too many men on the ice. It wasn't just him. There were 7 Bruins players on the ice. it was not a good change there, unfortunately. Thankfully, though, the Bruins are able to kill that one off. And then they kind of started taking their foot off the gas a little bit. Rangers were able to work their way back into this game. And I believe it was Justin Brodzinski. Brodzinski gets a tip-in goal. I'm going to be honest, I missed this one. I was at work, but I had it going on my phone. I didn't see this one. Seemed like one that Swayman would have wanted back. Obviously, though, you're going to want them all back. Just not a great goal, unfortunately. And then, yeah, Morgan Geekie has the puck with the empty net, passes it off to David Pastrnak. He shoots, he scores. That's 3. Hats come raining down. Boston wins 6-3 in regulation against the New York Rangers. Kind of funny, actually. 2 of the bigger trades of the season, actually the 2 biggest trades of the season, and it's not close, really, have both had Boston playing in them the game after, and they've won both of them. Apparently that's just something that needs to start happening more. I wouldn't complain. I like some chaos every once in a while. And yeah, I mean, great game all around. Swayman did what he could with the limited number of shots he faced. Like, I'm just pulling this up now. Oh, wow. Okay, shoot. Shots ended up dead even, 25 apiece. Boston had limited New York to 2 shots in the second period, which means they really turned it on in the third. I believe they ended up at 13. Alright, just got done filming up my other videos. Had to change my jersey for them. Anyways, Rangers ended up with about 13 shots on goal at the end of the second period. They got about 12 in the third. Yeah, I mean, second period was great defensively. Third period, that's just score effects, to be honest. Yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. Click like if you like. Click subscribe if you enjoyed. And let's hope these boys can figure out what they're doing.